May Allah bless you, Sheikh.
And you as well.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, basically in India, there are many people who say hadith is fake. Hadith came after 300 years after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How should I debate with these people? How should I answer them? Thank you.
Okay, hayyakallah. First of all, those who want to undermine Islam and attack it, they tried to attack the Quran and they were immediately attacked back. And there were so many defenders of the Quran, so they retreated. They thought of it again and thought that the best way to undermine Islam is to pretend that they're honoring the Quran while insulting and trying to take away the hadith and the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, which the Quran itself says you have to abide by it and you have to understand the Quran through the sunnah. So they come up with these allegations, false lies, totally bogus. They say that the hadith came 200 years after the Quran, and this is a total falsehood and lie. The hadith was written at the lifetime of the Prophet himself, ﷺ. Among those who were known among the companions to write everything that the Prophet says, ﷺ, Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, may Allah be pleased with him and with his father. He had more than 2 big camels load of scriptures that were filled with the Prophet's sayings and words, ﷺ. Abu Hurairah was one of those who memorized everything that the Prophet uttered, ﷺ. Aisha, Anas ibn Malik, Jabir ibn Abdullah, they all narrated and preserved and memorized the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, protected it and handed over to the tabi'een who wrote it down and memorized it, who themselves handed out to the tabi'een, the first 3 honored and favorite generations of all times. So these hypocrites, liberals, who had never in their lives read the Quran once, and if you ask them a random ayah in the Quran or read to them a random hadith from the Sunnah and ask them which one is an ayah and which one is a hadith, they would not know. They can't even differentiate. They don't have the knowledge to tell which is which. And if you go to the shortest surah of the Quran and ask them what's the interpretation, what's the meaning of the words, they don't know. Yet they have the audacity to come and sit back on their chairs and lean on their sofas and say that the hadith was written 200 years ago. This is a lie. So don't listen to these ignorant imbeciles who don't practice Islam. Look at their wives and daughters, and you can tell how modest such people who are trying to defend Islam are pretending to, how bigger liars and hypocrites they are. Look at their conduct, their akhlaq, the way they deal with people, and you will definitely know that they have no relationship to Islam, and Allah knows best.